dear students of class 7, welcome to chemistry class once again. In my previous class, I have started chapter number 2, physical and chemical changes. Okay, and in my last class, I have taught you about the chemical changes and their characteristics. Okay, still 3 activities are left in this chapter. So today I will tell you about that 3 activities and this chapter will be completed. Then I will give you the answers of the exercise. Okay. Now let's see the activities one by one. Okay. Number 1 activity is aim to observe caramelization of sugar showing change in color, shape and size. Materials required: sugar crystals, spirit lamp or Bunsen burner, small china dish or bowl and aluminium foil. Now the procedures, what are the procedures? Number 1, first we have to make a aluminium foil crucible. Okay, now what is this aluminium foil crucible? You will take thick aluminium foil, okay, and then you will place this on china dish, or you will take the bowl, whatever you take, china dish or bowl. Okay, then you will make the aluminium foil in the shape of bowl. Okay, now number 2, you have to take the few sugar crystals, okay, and then you have to heat them in aluminium foil crucible. The crucible which you have made was with the aluminium foil, so you have to put few sugar crystals and you have to heat in aluminium foil crucible. Okay, you have heated. Now what observation you will see? First you will see that sugar will start melting. Sugar will start melting and slowly it will change its color. First it will change to brown, that is called caramelization of sugar. And on further heating, what will happen? The sugar will change its color to black char. Okay, it will change its color to black char. On further heating, okay, the caramelized sugar will convert into black char. First the sugar starts melting, okay, and it will start melting and it will change its color to brown, that is called caramelization of sugar. And when you will heat it more, okay, on further heating, what will happen? It will get converted, that caramelized sugar will get converted into black char. Now what is the conclusion here? Okay, when the sugar start melting, that is a physical change. What it is? It is a physical change because no new substance is formed. Just the sugar on heating, it starts melting. That is a physical change. Now on further heating, what happens? This caramelized sugar get converted into black char. So that is chemical change. What it is? Sugar loses its carbon content, okay, leaving behind its char. Whatever the carbon content was in sugar, okay, it will lose that, okay, and what will be left behind? That black char. That black char will be left behind. So here we have seen, during the caramelization of sugar, we have seen both physical and chemical changes. First, when the sugar will melt, that is physical change, okay, and on further heating, what happens? It gets converted into black char. Okay, the caramelized sugar, the sugar, what it does? It loses its carbon content, and what is left behind? The black char is left behind. So this was about the caramelization of sugar. Okay, now let's see our next activity. Aim of the activity is to observe the evolution of gas during a chemical change. Material required: sodium bicarbonate salt, dilute acid, that is acetic acid, lime water, 2 test tubes, a cork with a hole and a bent tube or delivery tube. What is the procedure? First you will take a test tube. Okay, first you will take one test tube. In that test tube you will add a pinch of sodium bicarbonate salt. Okay, what you will add? Pinch of sodium bicarbonate salt. Okay, and then you will add few drops of, we have to even add few drops of dilute acid. We can take any dilute acid, okay, but here they have taken acetic acid, okay, they have taken dilute acetic acid, okay, and see in the diagram we have to set up in this way, okay. We have to take one more test tube. In that test tube we have to take lime water, okay. On adding few drops of acetic acid to sodium bicarbonate salt, gas is evolved, okay, and this gas is passed in the other test tube containing what? Lime water, okay, through delivery tube, okay, through delivery tube the gas evolved is passed through the delivery tube to the next test tube containing lime water, okay. Now what you will observe that when the gas is passed, okay, so a bubbling gas evolves with force, okay, when it comes in contact with the lime water, bubbling gas is evolved, okay. When the gas which is passed from the test tube containing sodium bicarbonate salt and few drops of acetic acid to the test tube containing lime water, what is observed that bubbling gas is evolved with force when it comes in contact with the lime water, and the lime water changes its color to cloudy or milky, okay. Now what is the conclusion? Conclusion is that, okay, we have taken test tube, and in that test tube we have added pinch of sodium bicarbonate salt, and we have even added acetic acid to it, few drops of acetic acid to it. So sodium bicarbonate salt with acid, it undergoes chemical change. It undergoes chemical change, and what is evolved? Carbon dioxide gas is evolved, okay. And this carbon dioxide gas, when it comes in contact with lime water, and the carbon dioxide gas evolved, okay, with lime water, what it forms? It forms calcium carbonate, okay, and it is insoluble and whitish in color, okay. That is why the lime water changes its color to cloudy or milky, okay. When the lime water comes in contact with carbon dioxide gas, it changes its color, it turns its color to cloudy or milky color. So the aim of this activity was to observe the evolution of gas during chemical change, okay. So we have seen, okay, the chemical change when the sodium carbonate, so we have seen the chemical change, sodium carbonate with acetic acid, okay, it undergoes chemical change, and what is evolved? Carbon dioxide gas is evolved, okay. Now let's see the last activity, what is the aim and what are the material required and what is the procedure of this activity. Aim: to observe the change in test during a chemical change. Materials required: raw rice grains, boiled rice, unripe mango, ripe mango, wheat flour and bread. Here the procedure is little bit different, okay. What materials we have taken? Raw rice grains and boiled rice, okay, unripe mango, ripe mango, wheat flour, and then what we have taken? Bread. So test this, okay, raw rice also, boiled rice, unripe mango, ripe mango, bread, wheat flour, you will test, okay. And what you will observe that all this material whatever we have taken will test different, they will test different. Raw rice grains will test different, boiled rice will test different, okay. So these all will test different. Now what is the conclusion of this activity? Conclusion is that chemical change, okay, chemical change which has taken place, before it was raw rice, okay, when we cook it, when we boil it, okay, so it will taste different. So chemical change has taken place, new substance is formed, okay. So chemical change leads to change in taste of rice, fruits, flour, etc. Okay, because of chemical change, the materials taste different. Okay, I've said before it was raw rice grains, okay, it tastes different. On cooking it, it will taste different because chemical change has taken place, okay, new substances formed, so it will taste different, okay. So the chemical change leads to change in taste of rice, of fruits and flour, okay. So These were the 3 activities which were left. So with this we have completed our weighted chapter number 2. Okay, I'll give you the exercises answers also. Okay, I'll give you the exercises answer. Okay.